Hi, welcome to TB's Life. So glad you're here. Hello. Welcome to another Tea Time with TB and Jane. Hey. So, we are glad to be doing another Tea Time with you. And we have decided to talk about the vegan vegetarian life. So, my lovely sister here has been on that path for a long time.
Yeah.
And she has been gracious enough to talk about her journey, the differences, things she recommends. So, I am going to let her start off this conversation about what is the differences, first of all, with vegan and vegetarian.
Okay, so vegan means that you no meat products whatsoever.
Okay.
But vegetarian includes meat products as far as like milk, dairy, eggs, butter, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then there's of course, then there's pescatarian,
Okay.
which is like a vegetarian that also eats fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like my diet is basically I'm like mainly like basically like a vegan that also eats fish. So I avoid like cow's milk or any of that sort of stuff.
Okay.
And but I'm also, so that's what I would like to talk about, like I said, is my journey. Like the getting started, the times when I was just like strict vegan, then, like I said, the different transitions and stuff, because I had decided not to be so strict on myself.
Okay.
Even like the labels and everything. I thought they were so like just boxing. You know what I mean? Because, it's like you want to live a healthy lifestyle, but it's like, you also have to kind of, fit in what works for you.
Okay.
And stuff. But I became, what's that? My path started in 1999.
Okay.
Yep. And it was, because first I decided I was going to stop eating pork.
Okay.
I found out that I had like high cholesterol and stuff like that.
Okay.
When I was coming out of the military, and so it was like, well, I'm thinking like, wait, I'm really young, and I felt fit and everything and stuff, but my insides weren't right. And and it was concerning for me to hear that I had high cholesterol at such a young age. And so the first thing I did, it was like, all right, okay, no more, no more pork, no more beef, and the chicken and turkey. At first I was like trying to go like just cold turkey, just trying to let everything go.
Okay.
And but I had no experience, no knowledge. Didn't really know a lot of people that was vegan or vegetarian or anything.
Okay.
And so it was like, we started trying to do like some of the soy products and stuff, but then it was like, wait, I was like, I didn't want to get too caught up on, well, now everybody call it plant-based and stuff. We weren't even thinking on that level back then to be like, plant-based.
Okay.
It was just like, okay, just non-meat eating. Not eating any more meat.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to find substitutes and stuff like that sometimes. But then I didn't really like the tofu because I felt like it wasn't like the most natural. And I was like, okay, I want to just eat things that grow out of the ground.
Okay, so can I put a pin in that one real quick? When you say tofu, what exactly is tofu made of?
It's soy.
It is soy.
Yeah,
okay.
It's made from soy.
Okay.
And it goes through like this process and stuff. But and it's good. And like, and you can flavor it and everything. So we learn how to. My favorite is like the barbecue tofu.
Okay.
And even with the tofu, it's like they're really soft to they're really firm.
Okay.
And so I used to get the firm and kind of squeeze the water out of it.
Okay.
And then slice it, bake it. I'll put the barbecue sauce on it, bake it up and stuff like that. And and it's tasty. Okay. I also learn how to fry it and things. But I wasn't even using it too much or working with too much of that. That probably was, a few years later.
Okay.
Because like I had this kind of back and forth struggle with like with chicken and turkey still
Okay.
for about good 2 years.
Okay.
For a good about 2 years. As I was like I said, I tried to go cold turkey, but I decided to just kind of wean myself off because I didn't know what to eat for a while. Or when I would go out with people, sometimes it would be difficult. And then it was like I had stopped eating meat like right before the summer. Just a real quick thing I like to say about that. One of the first things I noticed. So I used to always have really bad cycles, like my periods and stuff, the pain and everything. That was the first thing I noticed. The first change after I stopped eating meat that next month, I did not have any pain.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And that was a big deal for me. You know how, like, in high school and stuff, that would be like the only days that I would miss because I loved going to school. Like, my high school friends, we used to be in school. I used to be calling them up, like, what happened today? Like, when I would miss some time out of school, I loved going to school, but that used to make me miss school because I would be in so much pain during my cycle.
And that's so interesting that you say that because like especially our family like heavy cycles and like having like the menstrual cramps and all this stuff is a big like part of our family, like fibroids running in the family and stuff like that. So it's interesting that you said once you stop eating like meat that you notice a difference in your cycle. And I think that's good for women to hear, especially women that might be suffering from like heavy menstruals and the cramps and things like that, because that's something that could be very, very uncomfortable for a lot of women. And I would look at some women that would not be affected at all, but like Janae just said, I too was one of those women that would have very, very heavy menstrual cycles. I would go through the bad menstrual cramping, and it's not a fun time, and it's not like one of those times you look forward to like every month. But now that you're talking about it, like I'm thinking that was it related to meat because I stopped.
Probably.
I had stopped eating pork first. That was part of my journey. I stopped doing pork maybe in the late 90s. I stopped pork, so that was the first part of my process of not eating certain kind of meats. I stopped that, and then in the 2000s I stopped eating the beef portion of it because I was feeling my body was just going through a lot through my stomach, and I just couldn't pinpoint why I wasn't feeling good in a lot of situations. Like I knew I had stopped eating the pork, but I would still like to eat that nice piece of steak every now and then, and that hamburger. Yeah. But I would feel lousy after eating it. Like, and I just didn't understand like why I always feel like something's going on. Like I felt sluggish. Like it's like my stomach was having like a battle with itself. Yeah. So I kept going to the doctor. Sometimes the doctors, they don't have all the answers, and they were saying, well, everything is fine. Like you take all these tests and they can't tell you anything. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna just do some self-elimination. So I stopped doing the beef. So I did stop doing the beef. And I noticed that my stomach was feeling a whole lot better, because I wasn't having that real sluggish, like that full feeling, and that something wasn't right. So, like, I do understand when you start eliminating certain things from your diet, how it can make you feel different. Yeah. So, but yeah, back to you about how it made you feel. So.
Yeah, and I was noticing that too, even like with my vitality, my energy, and everything, just feeling like more alive. You know what I mean? Like really, when I just started eating more live foods, and that's the thing. It's like when you eat live foods, they have those live enzymes in it. Whereas when you eat dead foods, how they say you are what you eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you eating a lot of dead food and stuff, and beef and stuff like that in particular, it takes a really long time to digest. And your system stuff, so it's like sitting in there, and it's like you having this decaying food sitting inside of your body. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you need deodorants and stuff like that to like freshen you up. You know what I mean? Because you got like dead food sitting inside of you. You know what I mean? And and I really gotta give a shout out to my godmama, Mama Elizabeth. Those of you who may know her, who used to work at University Herbs and stuff like that in West Philly back when that was still around. That was a big thing. She was there for years. And so I was blessed to have someone like her in my life, and but they had these keychains. They had these little keychains there, and it was like it was a little animal, I can't remember, but you would squeeze it, and like this little bubble that would come out of the butt. But basically, anyway, the whole thing, it was a keychain. It was really funny. Talking about you being full of shit.
Oh, Jesus.
And so it's like, what I mean? It's like, but that's the thing. She was always talking about like, how often are you pooping? She was like, all right, how often do you eat? If you're not feeling good, you come in there. First you say, what you be eating? How often are you eating? How often are you moving your bowels? You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you eating 3 meals a day.
Okay.
But then you only using the bathroom 1 time a day. You know what I'm saying? She's like, those other 2 meals are still sitting in your body.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's like, you know what I mean? And then some people don't go daily. Like some people around
I've
here,
heard.
they be like, oh, I go once a week. You go what? You go once a week? Huh? So that means that's how many meals, you know what I mean, that's sitting inside of your body. Your colon is spreading, so now your belly is like poking out and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it starts storing itself in other places. It's not digesting like it's supposed to. Yeah.
And I found that part right there interesting with the digestion of it. Like I said, I stopped the beef and I stopped the pork, and after I stopped the beef, I ended up getting my gallbladder removed. Okay, so many people know me from back in the day where I was like small, like my sister. But once I got my gallbladder removed, like I said, I didn't have that extra digestion mechanism to help like everything to like flow, and you don't realize like how certain organs in your body play such a key part.
And they tell you that you don't need
of the process, but they tell you don't need your gallbladder.
Crazy.
Like I'm still here functioning without a gallbladder, but I definitely notice the difference. My metabolism has slowed down, and I know I'm at that mature age, but considering like my lifestyle, like I did a lot of like dancing and I did a lot of exercising. You would think that things will kind of just stay like on that even level, but it didn't. Like my body goes up and down, like it's like really like a struggle now. And I realized my gallbladder played a key essential role to how things were flowing, how things were moving and stuff. So digestion definitely is a key thing to how your body works, and your metabolism and stuff.
I feel like it's so important.
Yes. Yes.
It's like just as far as like what you intake, how your body uses it and moves it and all that stuff and everything, and your arteries and and it was such a big deal for me, especially when I was younger, because like I said, I thought that I was so healthy. I just thought I was so healthy and strong, and they said coming out the military, and then to realize that it was like, wait, like, am I sick? You know what I mean? I didn't know anything about cholesterol and stuff, but I knew I was eating a lot of junk food, and stuff, and so I was just like really, just trying to clean my body up.
Clean your body up.
You know what I mean? I was learning about detoxing and stuff, and exercising and stuff like that. Well, I was already doing that, but I just made sure I continued it.
Right.
Trying to make sure I was letting my body sweat and stuff, because how they say when you sweat, you like sweating out the toxins and stuff like that. So it was a lot to learn, but and then especially even once I had children and I wanted to raise them that same way, and trying to be careful about what I was introducing to them, what they were having, and everything, and trying to keep their system clean and clear, and but yeah, but even with all of that and stuff, growing up and everything, like they're not still vegetarian now. Tara is, one is, and Obasi, but he'll do like some shrimp sometime and stuff, and Isis, she kind of wanted to, try, and Tara has too, but just trying some things. But they always talk about that foundation of having, like they know, I understand having a healthy lifestyle and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But, they also don't want to feel like they're denying themselves all these pleasures of life and
Just
stuff,
a
you know what I
lie.
mean? Which
Yeah.
I get it, you know what I mean? And it'd be like, what can I say? I'd be like, because I grew up having cheesesteaks and, you know what I mean? Like, used to eat all of that stuff. And,
So so um when you so now we were talking about the vegetarian life. So you said it
yeah.
was tough doing the cold turkey.
Yeah, doing
So
cold turkey.
so you don't recommend trying to do a cold turkey.
I would suggest just
Yeah.
like adding in more fruit and vegetables.
Okay.
I think as you
Okay.
start to add in more of that stuff to your diet, you know, yeah, and just kind of, like letting the meat portions get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did. I mean, if I'm gonna give like an honest, I would say it probably took me about a good 2 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I would still have chicken, say like if I was out or at a barbecue,
Okay.
or if I went out to eat with friends and stuff, and you know what I mean. It was just still like I just had a lot of learning to do, so I didn't really know.
Mm-hmm.
How to choose things. And it was just hard sometimes. Like if you sitting there or you go someplace and it's like the only thing they have for you is salad.
Right.
And it'd be like, dang, you know what I mean? Like I eat all the sides.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But people think they hear, oh, you're vegetarian, you only eat salad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, like I eat everything. I love food.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love food.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm just not eating the chicken and beef and stuff. And so what I started doing when I would go out or go someplace, I would always bring a dish. So I would be like that.
So you can have what you
exactly. And introduce people. Be like, to vegan dishes and stuff. You know what I mean? Kale salad, and you know what I mean, the collard greens hooked up with the garlic, onions, and peppers and stuff, and not overcooked the way how we have been taught to during the like soul food stuff or whatever.
Right.
I do not overcook my collard greens, and them Jones be banging.
Yeah,
so I need to cook them for 3 hours.
Yeah, so I was thinking about something you said to me before about the living food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like ever since we had that conversation like a couple months ago about your living food, because the difference between having like the plants and veggies as opposed to having like the meat, actually, like you said, you're eating like dead meat, and I was like, oh my god, like so now it's like I'm conscious of it, like I don't eat it as much now as I was, because I'm like, yeah, you put it in a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm actually eating a dead animal.
Yeah.
Like as much as I love it, but I'm eating a dead animal. So I found myself like not getting it as much. Did that come, like I said, like it'd be a lot of things that nuggets should be dropping, and I'd be like, okay. Yeah. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense and stuff and everything. So I do prefer to do more like the fishes and the seafoods and stuff as opposed to doing like the chickens. Like I said, I've been gave up beef and like pork like years ago.
Yeah.
I still like turkey options, but I'm slowly trying to like get into that world where I don't have to like depend on meat,
right.
But I would like a good piece of fish or something every now and then. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you, considering that you have been living this lifestyle for a really, really long time, and you can give some great tips and pointers on what's the best way to go about it, and how it works for you, and you see the benefits and stuff.
Though too, like, and when I say scary, not scary, but just like those times where it just seemed like like I felt like I was reading every package.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was like I was just getting on it with this like health thing where, and it's like just going to the store to get a few items to make lunch for the girls. I'm like taking forever because I'm reading all the ingredients of everything. Pardon me, trying to make sure that there's like no meat, no dairy, no casein. You know what I'm saying? Because when you read the ingredients of these packages, you'd be like, what is this? What is that? What is that? Now I'm not putting that in my body. I'm not putting that.
Right.
And it got really overwhelming. You know what I mean? So I feel like I did like a raw food vegan, type lifestyle for a while. And like I said, that reading every package and stuff, and for me, it was too strict.
Okay.
It was too strict. I was like, all right, I just got to make sure I do more supplements, more cleansing, and stuff like that. Make sure I'm exercising and things, and You know, but I know some folks, they really go hard with it.
Really go hard.
They really go hard with it. But it's one of those things, it's like, life is a journey. And so it's like, you can do all of that and go hard for, a week or so. But it's like, can you maintain
Can you have
that?
to maintain
Can
it?
you maintain that over time?
Right.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that's what it's like, Yeah, so it's that pacing yourself.
Okay.
And being patient, showing yourself grace.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like how we having some sweet potato pie right now. I show myself grace, honey.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, yes, I eat plenty of watermelon and grapes and plenty of fruit and vegetables and stuff. But I definitely snack sometimes too.
So I guess the moral of the story is that you can be vegetarian and vegan, lead a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to treat yourself.
Yes. You know what I mean? I remember sometimes, and then, sometimes people will be like, oh, you can't eat paint. What? Yes, no, I can eat whatever I want. I choose not to do certain things and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But, if I decide like, oh, look, well, I want to have this today, then I'll go ahead and have it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a good, interesting conversation about healthy lifestyle and vegan and vegetarian. Mm-hmm. But I look forward to having another chat about healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
Until then,
eat happy.
Yes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. To see more videos, hit the like and subscribe button.